hands-free podcast.
Hola, podcast compadres. It's Marconi here for Stamps.com. That's right, postage on demand. Buy and print U.S. postage in minutes. No more trips to the post office waiting in long lines ever again. You can do it right from your very own computer on Stamps.com. And right now, if you click on the radio microphone in the corner of the page on Stamps.com and type in Pants Free Pod, you will get a very special offer. An $80 value, $25 in postage coupons, free digital scale, $5 supplies kit, a 4-week trial, and so much more. All you have to do is go to Stamps.com. And don't forget to type in the promo code when you click the microphone, Pants Free Pod. Stamps.com. Never go to the post office again.
Hello and welcome to another fantastic edition of the Pants Free Podcast. Pants never required. Here now is your host, Melonious Francine Marconi, and his podcast compadre, Nick Miles.
Wow, that's pretty fancy. I mean, that's almost, it's like when you hear that, you expect something to be amazing, and then it's just us.
Maybe we could go be trained by him to be more interesting versions of us.
We could do a fancier show.
Yeah,
and it also leads does that guy know when he's introducing us that he's introducing this podcast? Because it just seems like there's a lot of expectations put upon us after that. Like we have to be fancy and we can't be crude and rude. And like we have to drink tea with our pinky sticking out.
Perhaps did you hoodwink him into doing it?
Well, I hired a guy. There's a website called Fiverr where people will do anything for $5, and there's a bunch of voice guys on there. I'm even on there, and you can order a voiceover for that, and that guy is available for that. I was like, who wouldn't hire this guy? For $5, he could narrate my life.
Find all the links to everything Pants Free Podcast exclusively at pantsfreepod.com.
That's funny.
Yeah, so there you go. If you want to donate to the podcast, there is a button on pantsfreepod.com where we can keep putting the guys like that to work. Spread the love.
I'd also like to preface that with something that is, when we say donate, we don't want the pants that you're not wearing to be donated. We mean financial monies.
Yeah, I think people understand how PayPal works, don't they?
Well, you say pants free donate. I just don't want people to feel like...
No, I said at pantsfreepod.com. That is the URL, Nick. You're thinking about taking your pants off all the time. That's what your problem is.
I never have pants on.
This is the Pants Free Podcast. Pants Free Podcast. Pants never required.
You were interrupted in the middle of the beginning of the podcast, and your father called in, and he's coming over to... What he's getting a lawnmower. What's the deal?
Well, so my dad's 71 a week on Saturday. I think as a sort of a gift to himself, whatever, he's going to get a riding lawnmower, which, I'm a bit worried about because I hear so many of my friends have sort of had accidents and died on riding lawnmowers. And I have a riding lawnmower because I have half an acre to cut. And I'm a fat guy, and so I get out of breath if I try to cut it with a lawnmower. So he's going to get a riding lawnmower. He's going to get the same kind as me, and they're a little complicated to operate. They're not as simple as just put your foot on the gas like a car is and go.
You got an English lawnmower, don't you?
You have a steering wheel. You have an accelerator. You have a gear clutch, a gearbox. You have blade, integration, blade on, blade off.
Oh my God!
Mower height, all these different things you have to operate. So anyway, long story short, he's coming over to practice on my lawnmower so he can when he gets his own. Basically, that's the idea.
So he's just going to see if this is the right one for him before he buys.
Right. No, he knows the kind he's going to get, but he's going to come practice on it a little bit.
So basically, you get your yard mowed for free.
Well, yeah, but I'm giving him lawnmower lessons.
You have to video this.
I will.
Hello, yes, and welcome to another edition of the Nick J. Miles Lawnmower Lesson Program. Step 2.
Right.
Your father wants to buy a lawnmower.
Yeah.
What could you do? We can get our guy to voice the narration for you.
I'll send you the files.
All right, there you go. I'll put it together.
Hands-free podcast.
This show runs on bread, and Dave's Killer Bread is our official bread of the Pants Free podcast. We believe in Dave.
I run on bread too, by the way.
It is delicious. You know, you run on dough. Come on.
I am dough, but I run on bread.
Ever since Dave's reach has spread even further with breads in Northern California, Southern California, Seattle, Colorado, and he's going to New York. Before you know it, Dave's Killer Bread will take over the world, so you might as well just surrender now and try it for yourself. Grilled cheese. Make a breakfast sandwich today. You know, I did a whole video on my snacks with Dave's Killer Bread, the banana, peanut butter banana sandwich on toast.
I'm afraid Nick Miles is not available for this podcast as he's making a grilled cheese sandwich with Dave's Killer Bread. Beep.
Everything is better with Dave's Killer Bread. If you haven't tried it, try it for yourself today. For locations and where you might find it, if you're not aware already, daveskillerbread.com. Just say no to bread on drugs.
And now it's time for Pants Free News.
All right, who's having trouble going underground?
Oh, man. Hannah Hart?
No. Try again.
Well, I mean, she just was in Portland and she learned about the Shanghai tunnels.
She did, but somebody's having trouble going underground.
Okay, let's see. Digital Underground? The Humpty Dance. Those guys. Those guys. What's his name? Shock G.
No, try again.
Oh, is it that bastard that the Boston bomber dude?
Yes, the Boston bastard bomber.
Nobody wants his ass, right?
Oh, no, he's dead and nobody wants his ass.
Okay, so here's what I'm. Why does he have to be buried in a funeral? Why can't he be buried at sea like Osama bin Laden? I mean, he's a terrorist.
Well, that's a very good question, but there is an answer for that. So, despite the fact that he was misled and did something that was unspeakably awful and killed and maimed people in Boston, he's still a Muslim, and you have to respect the faith is that they have to be buried.
Osama bin Laden was also Muslim.
Right.
And he was buried at sea.
Yeah, but I think that he was buried at sea, as close as... I'm not sure how that worked, but
Nick,
my understanding is they have to go in the ground.
I know you feel like we're not better people for treating someone worse, and you have to kind of respect human life in some way. But it feels as though when somebody passes a point of no return and has shown so little respect for human life that we get hung up on, especially in America, things like, oh, he's Muslim, we have to respect his religion. He didn't respect any of us.
No, but the problem is, and this is the problem with a lot of politics and things like that today, is you cannot sink to the same levels as somebody else. You have to maintain a certain level of honor and respect. And just because he is evil and wrong doesn't mean that we shouldn't do the right thing. Because he didn't do the right thing doesn't mean that we shouldn't do the right thing.
This guy, his religion requires that he be buried.
Yes.
Then they should put him in a landfill somewhere because he is human garbage.
Who returns after last being seen in 2003?
Wow. Yeah, this is a crazy story. I guess there was a 911 call, and then the cops found 3 women that were missing after like 10 years.
Cleveland 911 police, ambulance to fire.
Yeah, hey, bro, I'm at 2207 Seymour, West 25th. Hey, check this out. I just came from McDonald's, right? So I'm on my porch eating my little food, right? This broad is trying to break out the fucking house next door to me. So there's a bunch of people on the street right now and shit. So we like, well, what's wrong with you? What's the problem? She like, this motherfucker done kidnapped me and my daughter, and we've been in this bitch. She say her name is Linda Berry or some shit. I don't know who the fuck that is. I just moved over here, bro.
Sir,
You know what I mean?
Sir, you have to calm down and slow down. Is she still in the street?
Seymour Avenue.
Is she still in the street, or where did she go?
Yeah, I'm looking at her. She right now. She calling y'all. She on another phone.
Is she black, white, or Hispanic?
She white, but the baby look Hispanic.
Okay, what is she wearing?
White tank top, light blue sweatpants. Like a wife beater.
Do you know the address next door that she said she was in?
Yeah, 2207. I'm looking at it.
Okay, I thought that was your address. So that house.
No, I'm smarter than that, bro. I'm telling you where the crime was.
Okay, look, sir, we can't talk at the same time. Do you want to leave your name and number? Or your name and number?
Charles Ramsey, R-A-M-S-E-Y.
Are the people she said that did this, do you know if they still in the house?
I don't have a fucking clue, bro. I just said I came from McDonald's.
Can you ask her if she needs an ambulance?
You need an ambulance? Or what? She needs everything. She's in a panic, bro. I guess she's been kidnapped, so, put yourself in her shoes.
We'll send the police out. Thank you.
There you go.
Since these women escaped, they're going to have to find a whole new way to keep women in Cleveland.
It's the news.
Who was found guilty of first-degree murder?
Oh, that crazy woman.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah. The crazy woman.
Jodi Arias? Is that how you say her name?
That's it. I was watching this on the flight from CNN. I was watching the court case, and everybody seems to be of one uniformed mind in her case, and that is she's nuts.
So what was it? Did she killed her boyfriend?
Yes, her ex-boyfriend.
Like when they were having sex, did he do something to her to deserve it, or is there just...
Well, so I listened to one of the witnesses talk a little bit about her last night, and he was a bit well rehearsed for my liking. And he said that the boyfriend was trying to get away from her all the time, and she would manipulate him back with sex.
Oh,
and she said that she wants the death sentence.
Yeah, she said she would rather have that than she can't spend her life in prison. So that definitely to me says she should spend her life in prison.
Right.
I mean, the thing is, I will say about her, she has great for a murderer.
Yeah, she's a very attractive, and she'd be blonde and she'd be brown, dark haired, and she's very manipulative, though.
I mean, if it weren't for the Sweeney Todd-esque murder angle, she'd be perfect.
Hands-free news.
Whose yellow card cost them his life?
Oh, you're talking about soccer. See, I don't even really... Oh, yellow cards. That's the referee got punched in the face by a player and died, right?
Right. Yeah, a 17-year-old player punched this referee in the face after he gave him a yellow card, and unfortunately the referee in Salt Lake City expired. This 17-year-old player is now actually in juvenile detention. His idea wasn't to kill him. It wasn't premeditated. We've all punched people in the face before in the past.
We have?
Some of us more than others. Yeah.
What are you talking about? Are you coming out with some violence that we don't know about, Nick?
No, I'm thinking about the time you used to punch the hookers just before you orgasmed.
I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. That was a trust exercise between the two of us, and you've just failed.
Which NBA mom's going to have a Mother's Day to remember?
Oh, man. I bet Kobe Bryant's mom isn't getting cherries berries this year.
No. Yeah, Kobe Bryant's mom's in a big old court battle over memorabilia.
Like, she wanted to sell, his jumpsuit from when he started out in basketball or something?
Yeah, the fact is a jumpsuit, that scares me a little right from the beginning.
Well, they have those warm-up uniforms or whatever they are.
Right.
What else? What's she selling? Like a scooter or something?
That was from his school days in Pennsylvania. And she'd also put a bunch of other stuff out in this auction house, memorabilia from him, including varsity letters, trophies from being outstanding player in 1995, his Adidas ABCD basketball camp memorabilia, signed basketball from the 2000 NBA championship game, etc., etc., etc.
I mean, that's ridiculous. That's stuff that she's his mom. She should keep that. I mean, is she so hard up for money that she has to sell this stuff?
Well, she's got $45,000 up front is what she got.
$45,000?
$450,000. I lied. Sorry. $450,000 up front.
But I mean, what? I mean, is she not able to get money from Kobe? I mean, that's his mother.
Well, he offered her $250,000 towards this new home that she wanted.
So she's doing it to buy a new home?
In Arizona. And in Nevada. She's trying to buy a new home in Nevada.
I don't get it. I just don't. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Your mother is supposed to be on your side. You're supposed to be able to at least count on that in life, you know?
Well, Kobe Bryant was also unaware that the stuff was being auctioned.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You should be able to count on your mother. I'm not famous, but I don't feel like my mom would sell off anything of mine. She didn't keep it either.
That's the
Nick,
news that you-
I'm excited about all the things that are happening in the world, and thank you for sharing your thoughts with me on them as well.
I would also like to tell you that you did successfully complete the news quiz today, and you are allowed to come back next week and defend your title.
And defend it, I will.
You're a title defender.
I'm Marconi, along with Nick J. Miles, who's saying...
We fill all your holes with things that you couldn't fill them with yourself.
Pantaloni's a libero?
Join us again next time for another glorious edition of the Pants Free Podcast. Until then, cheerio and ta-ta for now. Now, please put your pants back on.
Pants Free Podcast.